Okay, let's welcome Group 7. The last presentation for this year. Yes.
Good afternoon, everyone. We are Group 7. Today we are going to introduce Unit 8, confirming arrangements and dealing with complaints. And our team members have me, Xue Jingdong, Lin Liping, Chen Loujun, and Wang Bochen. Here is our table of contents. Warming up and vocabularies is presented by me. Scenario 1 is presented by me and Lin Liping. Repetition practice is presented by Lin Liping. Discussion questions is presented by Lin Liping and Chen Loujun. Activity 1 is presented by Chen Loujun. High and low context culture, conclusion, references, inside story, and job assignment is presented by Wang Bochen. And then we have 20 minutes break time. After break time, we will invite each group to come to stage to give us some comments. And then we will choose three best commentators. And then we will give our feedback. Okay, first part, warming up. Please turn to page 54. In this part, I will ask you 2 questions. The first question, what kind of customer complaints do you think a customer services manager deals with on a daily basis? If you are a customer services manager in a restaurant, you might most frequently encounter complaints in 3 areas. The first one is food. Most customers usually complain the cleanliness of the food. For example, the customers complains that he finds a hair on their plate or notice a bad smell in their food. Second one is traffic, such as customers complain that there are no available parking lots in restaurants' parking lots. Last one is noise. Customers often complain that other diners are too loud, disturbing their meal. Question 2. What do you think of the customer is always right philosophy? Before we discuss this question, let me introduce this vocabulary. Please repeat after me. Philosophy. It means the use of reason in understanding such things as the nature of real world and existence, the use and limits of knowledge, and the principles of moral judgment. So, what do you think of the customer is always right philosophy? It is essential for building strong relationships and ensuring repeat business. However, there are both advantages and potential drawbacks to this approach. Here have 2 advantages. Increase customer loyalty. Next one is improve service culture. And here have 3 potential drawbacks. The first one is unrealistic expectation. This implies that customers' demands might become increasingly unreasonable. And next one, it will give negative impacts on employee well-being. Next one, it might well breaking business policies. And next part is vocabularies. In this part, I will introduce 4 vocabularies. Please repeat after me. The first one, confidential. It means secret or private, often in a formal business or military situation. For example, indeed, there will be 2 groups traveling to Hong Kong separately, and we have to keep it confidential.
Indeed, there will be 2 groups traveling to Hong Kong separately, and we have to keep it confidential.
Next one is deck. It means the flat area for working on built across the space between the sides of a boat. For example, since our clients have all achieved high sales figures, please arrange a single room in the upper deck for each client on the cruise.
Since our clients have all achieved high sales figures, please arrange a single room in the upper deck for each client.
Next one is charter flight. It means a flight by an aircraft that has been written for a special use. For example, by a travel company that sells organized holidays. For example, well, how about arranging a charter flight if possible? Next one is develop. It means to have an exciting and very enjoyable time with parties, good food, and drink. For example, besides, the passengers on board can develop a little more freely. And next part is scenario 1. Rogers will presented by me, and Mary will presented by Lin Liping. Jenny, I need to emphasize that this is a special case, so it's essential that I confirm everything with you. Please repeat after me. Indeed, there will be 2 groups traveling to Hong Kong separately, and we have to keep it confidential. That is a big talk.
Indeed, there will be 2 groups traveling to Hong Kong separately, and we have to keep it confidential. That is a big talk.
Well, that's the reason why we brought this project to you. We know you're up to the challenge.
Well, that is the reason why we brought this project to you. We know you're up to the challenge.
Since our clients have all achieved high sales figures, please arrange a single room in the upper deck for each client on the cruise.
Since our clients have all achieved high sales figures, please arrange a single room in the upper deck for each client on the cruise.
And book business class for them on the way back to Kaohsiung, alright?
And book business class for them on the way back to Kaohsiung, alright?
There shouldn't be any problems making the arrangements to Hong Kong. But what worries me is the return portion of the trip. There might not be a sufficient number of business seats to accommodate all the clients if they and their family member will be flying back on the same flight.
There might not be a sufficient number of business seats to accommodate all the clients if they and their family members will fly back on the same flight.
We don't feel it's necessary to insist on flying back on the same flight, but it should be on the same day.
We don't feel it's necessary to insist on flying back on the same flight, but it should be on the same day.
You can book different flights with different airlines.
You can book different flights with different airlines.
Well, how about arranging a charter flight, if possible? That sounds like a good idea. That sounds like. And the price for a charter flight is open to negotiation. Besides, the passenger on board can divvy it up a little more freely. Indeed, it's more relaxing and can create more chances for our clients to socialize with others during the flight. Okay, please put this as our priority choice.
Okay, please put this as our priority choice.
And don't forget about the pickup service too, and from the hotel and the local transportation. Is everything settled now?
And don't forget about the pickup service and
Don't worry, luxury buses are ready for them to use once they arrive at Hong Kong. And there will be one local tour guide as well as one of our project assistants on each bus to take care of the clients during the 3 days.
Luxury buses are ready for them to use once they arrive at Hong Kong, and there will be one local tour guide as well as one of our project assistants on each bus to take care of the clients during the 3 days.
Okay, now let's move on to the preposition practice, and please turn to page 55 and 55. 54 and 55. And there are 8 questions, and I will pick a person to answer the question. And the first question, 谢欣慧, with correct. And please repeat after me. Jenny, I need to emphasize that this is the special case, so it's essential that I confirm everything with you.
I need to emphasize that this is a special case, so it's essential that I confirm everything with you.
Okay. And question 2. Yes. And please repeat after me. Indeed, there will be 2 groups traveling to Hong Kong separately. And the third question? Okay, correct. And please repeat after me. Well, that's the reason why we brought this project to you. We know you're up to the challenge.
That's the reason why we brought this project to you. We know you're up to the challenge.
And question 4. Yuxiang?
4, 2.
Yes. And please repeat after me. And book business class for them on the way back to Kaohsiung, alright?
And book business class for them on the way back to Kaohsiung, alright?
And question 5. And please repeat after me. There shouldn't be any problems making the arrangements to Hong Kong. But what worries me is the return portion of the trip.
There shouldn't be any problems making the arrangements to Hong Kong. What worries me is the return portion of the trip.
And the question 6. Yes. And please repeat after me. We don't feel it's necessary to insist on flying back on the same flight, but it should be on the same day.
We don't feel it's necessary to insist on flying back on the same flight. It should be on the same day.
Okay. And question 7. Yixuan? 4, 2, 3. Okay. And please repeat after me. Indeed, it's more relaxing and can create more chances for our clients to socialize with others during the flight.
Indeed, it's more relaxing and can create more chances for our clients to socialize with others during the flight.
Okay, and next question. Sumi.
4, 2.
Yes, and please repeat after me. Luxury buses are ready for them to use once they arrive at Hong Kong.
Luxury buses are ready for them to use once they arrive at Hong Kong.
Okay, and after the preposition practice, we're going to move to the page 57, the discussion question, and it will be presented by me and Rodri. And the first question is presented by me. And there are questions. Suppose you are arranging a huge incentive trip with 300 people, and now you are considering if you should book a charter regularly scheduled flight or charter flight to transport all the clients, and discuss the advantages and disadvantages of the 2 options with your partner. And as for the regular flights, it divides into the advantage and disadvantage, and there are 4 advantages. The first one is you can have a flexible schedules with many options, and the second one, you can spend less money if you book earlier. And the third one, you can have a reliable with contingency place for delays. And the contingency means 意外事件. Yes.
You
And
don't need to read Chinese.
okay. And the fourth last one of the regularly flight advantage is you don't need to fill all the seats on plane. And as for the disadvantage, it is difficult to coordinate for 300 people, and it has a stricter baggage policies. And as for charter flights, and there are three advantages. The first one is it has exclusive use ensures privacy. And the second one, you can tailor schedules for convenience. And the last one is it is easier to manage the large group. And the last one of the disadvantage is you may spend more money about a charter flight, but you don't need to cost effective. It is not cost effective if you not fully booked. And it is my presentation. And let's give the floor to Rojun to present question 2.
Hello everyone, I'm Tsailing. Now I'm going to introduce discussion question 2. The question is, after a trip, you receive several complaints from your clients. Some are your company's faults, such as missing a connecting flight or forgetting to ask for vegetarian meals, but some aren't, such as hotel room neighbors who were too noisy at night or a client being cheated in a jewelry shop. So here are some suggestions on how to respond to these two kinds of complaints. Let's focus on complaints within the company's responsibility first. First, we should express sincere apologies. Next, we can explain and offer practical solutions. Then, we can provide compensation like a discount or partial refund. Finally, we can promise improvement. For example, we can say, we have noted the issue and will ensure it doesn't happen again. And the other type is complaints outside the company's responsibility. The first method is to show empathy by expressing understanding for their experience. The next one is explain uncontrollable factors. Furthermore, offer assistance such as provide advice and relevant concern are also important. After discussing the questions, let's move on to activity 1 on page 58. You have received 4 complaints from your clients. Now you need to think of some explanations and actions you will take next. The first complaint is that there were no vegetarian dishes at the dinner party. The explanation is, we apologize for not preparing vegetarian food as we didn't check dietary needs carefully. As for the action taken, we'll always include vegetarian dishes in future menus and confirm food preferences with clients before events. The next complaint is that the time allotted for shopping was not sufficient on a local tour. The explanation is, we're sorry the schedule was too full, leaving little time for shopping. As for the action taken, we'll change future plans to allow more shopping time and offer flexible options. The third complaint is that the hotel room was too cramped and had the odor of smoke. The explanation is, we're sorry the hotel may have given a smoking room by mistake and it was smaller than expected. As for the action taken, we'll work with hotels that provide better rooms. The last complaint is that the project assistant was unhelpful and unfriendly. The explanation is, we're sorry the assistant's behavior was unprofessional. This might be caused by stress or poor training. As for the action taken, we'll talk to them, provide advice, and set up feedback systems to improve. Okay, now that you know how to handle these types of complaints, this is the end of my presentation. Thank you. Let's give the floor to Wang Bochen.
Okay, my part is high-low context culture, and today I want to introduce more about writing styles of high-low context culture. And this kind of definition as mentioned by other groups, so I'm here to make a real quick review. So the first one is we divide the essay into 4 parts: opening, continuation, transition, and conclusion. And in Mandarin Chinese, we say 起承转合. And the opening, we usually use stories, metaphors, and proverbs. Proverbs is 谚语. We use 古人说 or 子曰 as our topic sentence. And next one is continuation. We gradually expand ideas. And next one is transition. We open through rhetorical questions or examples. And the next one is conclusion. And we express the main ideas indirectly. And the next one is writing styles of low context culture. And we divided the essay into 3 parts: thesis, statement, body paragraphs, and conclusion. And each paragraph we have topic sentence and supporting sentences, which is very different from high context culture. And thesis statement, we clear state topics and thesis. And body paragraphs, we present viewpoints logically with evidence. And the next one is conclusion. We restate thesis explicitly for clarity. And there are some additional examples which we may encounter in the future if we are in an international company or a commercial institution. And the first one is email communication. In high context culture, people may start with pleasantries and avoid directly stating the requests. For example, I hope these emails find you well. I was reflecting on our last meeting, etc. The next one is low context culture, which just gets stressed to a point. For example, I need the report by tomorrow. And the other example is about storytelling in marketing. In high context culture, people rely on emotional appeal and cultural cues. For example, a Taiwanese ad may use a family reunion to symbolize product value. There is a very classic example, 一家烤肉万家香. That's very classic and very effective. In low context culture, people focus on product features and benefits. For example, an American ad highlights 5 reasons why our product is the best, which is very common in supermarkets. So in conclusion, clear communication are key to managing arrangements and complaints very effectively. And for practical strategies like providing some clear instructions or addressing some issues kindly may improve our relationships with customers. And the next part is references. So the first one, we use English for mice and for our contents in warming up: vocabulary, scenario 1, preposition practice, discussion questions, activity 1. The next one is Google and ChatGPT. We use for examples in warming up, discussion questions, activity 1, high-low context culture. And the next one is Yahoo Dictionary for our vocabulary. We use in Chinese meaning definition. And the next one is Cambridge Dictionary. We use for vocabulary as well. And we use in phonetic symbols for our vocabulary. And the next one is job assignment. And the first one is Lin Liping, and she did scenario 1, preposition practice, discussion questions 1. And the next one is Xue Jinrong. She did table of contents, warming up, vocabulary, scenario 1. The next one is Chen Roujun. She did discussion questions and activity 1. And the last one is Huang Guochen. I did high-low context culture, conclusion, inside story, and job assignment. And the next part is inside story. And the first one is Lin Liping. She did at December 23rd, 24th, and 28th, all in Taichung, and total hour is 5 hours. The next one is Xue Jinrong. She did at December 26th and 29th, and she did total hour is 6 hours. And the next one is Chen Roujun. She did at December 15th, 20th,
On December 15th.
on December 15th, on 20th, 27th, and 29th, and total hour is 7 hours. And the last one is one bulletin. I did on December 27th, 28th, and 29th, and total hour is 4.5 hours. That's the end of our presentation, and we'll get back at 2:20 and 2:50.